He's got the news, speedrun reviews, and some other random Nintendo stuff. The Mike Odyssey Show. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Odyssey. I am Mike Odyssey. We're talking about Nintendo Switch 2, new discoveries here. This is part of the same patent we've already discovered and already covered, but there's new details within it that we kind of missed and I want to go over because they actually show more information regarding the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con. So let's go ahead and get right into the patent without wasting any of your time. If you enjoy this content, more information, tangible content, not leaks or rumors when it comes to Switch 2, this is actual real documentation, then do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe if you have not done so yet. We are very close to 50K, and if you can help me get there, I will be so grateful to you. Thank you so much. Let's get into it. I'm right here with the actual patent place, right? And so what we covered before, right, on Nintendo Switch 2 was this part right here, which showed us the internals for the very first time of the Nintendo Switch 2. We saw that there was basically 2 slots, right? And this could be interpreted as well 2 actual slots, one for Nintendo Switch games, one for Switch 2 games, or 1 slot but with two factors. It could actually take Switch 1 games and Switch 2 games. The original Nintendo patent the Switch patent has only one of them, only 1 slot. They're both the same slot, but one says 1 and the other one says 2nd, and so there are 2 slots in there, which kind of confirms backwards compatibility. Then we have here the confirmation of the magnetic Joy-Cons with a magnetic force sensor added to the actual patent here. We have an ambient light, meaning your screen will adjust to wherever you are. Whether if you are outside in the sun, your screen will get brighter so you can play better. Temperature sensor to make sure that it doesn't overheat, and a cooling fan. So there's other little things here that are new within the first patent to the second patent, meaning the Switch to Switch 2. And so you want to take a snapshot there and then use it you can to kind of look at the new things and everything. But let's go ahead and go over to the new things here, right? Because I'm like looking over the actual patent and I found more information, right? Because when you look at the actual designs here, of course they're going to use a Nintendo Switch because it's what's been out there. But is it really the Nintendo Switch? Now I'm going to go ahead and switch between 2 images. And I want you to tell me what you see that is different from the 2 images, okay? So we have this one image from this one here, and we have the other image right there, okay? Now let me know what you think is different from the 2 images, all right? Image 1, the one we've been looking at before, and image 2. Again, image 1 and image 2. Image 1 and image 2. Now, keep in mind, the subtle changes are related to Nintendo Switch 2, all right? Everything else, they can keep the same and kind of hide it because it's the same form factor. It's like the Nintendo Switch. They don't have to show you an 8-inch screen. They don't have to show you all that information. This is about the internals and some of the externals. And the reason why the externals have to be there is because it works with the internals and they have to describe it in the patent. Everything else, it's a regular generic description. If they're describing the screen, it's a description, a generic one, right? So they can actually add a generic screen because it works the same everywhere. They don't have to really emphasize. But if they add new buttons, if they change the layout of buttons, or if they do something with the buttons, they have to actually display it. And so they did a combination of that. They put a Switch out there with new buttons. And you can see here, new buttons again. And so let me go ahead and say it. Yep, the buttons have changed. You can take a look at the little circles here. They're little circles. There's 4 of them here compared to a square, a big circle, a plus, and a minus. Now, we just have little tiny circles. And so, I mean, and then there's this thing here. Let me go ahead and look at the other one. Yep, there's a new button right there. right on the screen. Not sure why it's there though, but there's a new button here. They were adding a new button. According to rumors, there was a new button on the system. I see it right there. There's just one on the, looks like on the bottom of the screen. Don't know if this is maybe to detach the magnetic Joy-Cons. Right there, it would make sense for it to be there or on the back of it. But yeah, we have two different set of systems here. They're two different set of systems. And let's see here. All right, yep, they're two completely different set of systems. Of course, some things are similar, some things are not, right? But that doesn't stop there. When we go, this is the other system, okay? It doesn't stop there. When we go over into the Joy-Cons, okay, we see that they look like the Nintendo Switch. They have the railing and everything because this patent is about the railing feature, right? They had to give us a little more information on the Nintendo Switch and the magnetic part from it because this is the patent for it. And well, according to this patent, right, the magnetic Joy-Cons were not attached. They will slide in and kind of grab onto the magnetic field here. And so we can see it here, right? We can see the actual side of the Joy-Con. Now I want to show you this one. You can see, let me see if I can show you there. You can see that right there, right? You can see the actual Joy-Con. Let me make sure that you guys can see it there, right? You can see that it has those two little figures there. It has the light, and it has this kind of little arrow director for you, right? And so that is what are the current Joy-Cons look like. Okay, so keep that in mind. We have those two little triggers, right? We got the button right there. We have one stick button, and we have the directional arrows, right? And it's also like in a rail like there. So let's go ahead and go back here and take a look at the actual Joy-Con. This right here, this is the actual Nintendo Switch is like rail thing. And then there's a button down here that I want you to pay attention to. And of course, this part right there, okay? And so we'll scroll down and continue. Apparently, this is the Nintendo Switch, but you know, already we can see some differences. Then let's go down. And right here, okay? So now, take a look at this. All right, and then of course, you already saw what this one looks like. Of course, we have the actual little buttons, right? Take a look at this right here first. Take a look at the, again, look at the actual the little dots, right? Those little dots, when you push the button, look what it does here. You see those little dots right there. But then again, look at the ones on the patent. Do you see a difference? Yeah, these are like more like dots. The one that I have, these are more rectangular. Okay. Not only that, but there also seems to be these little the triggers are a little bit wider. Also, they're a little wider. They have more detail to it. It's kind of different. And then there's a little dot here that connects to the other little dot, which I believe is where the magnetic field takes place, right? The magnetic connection is part of it. And then, of course, we have the Joy-Cons, the joysticks right there. And so with that, there is where the difference lies. And, of course, we have this button right there. We got that button right there, which is completely different from the other one. And so it looks completely different. You can tell from the side, too, these are the buttons that they're going with, and they're very small. Let's look at the other controller here, if they have them. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Which, by the way, look at the patent for the actual Nintendo Switch controller. The inside of the actual Nintendo Switch. You can tell here, only one slot, the display, very simple. Processor, flash memory, DRAM. It's a very simple system, right? Compared to the other one, which looks more intricate. Let's go ahead and go down here. Joy-Con, left and right. And yeah, basically they don't have much regarding the actual Joy-Con here. It's about a game, I guess. But here we have the information that, just brand new information. There's little slight changes to this. Again, what you're seeing here is a combination of what we know and what is coming, okay? They are very sneaky when sneaking by through patents features. They don't really show the entire product, but some of the product does escape because it need to protect that information. And that's true for every single patent. When somebody says, "Oh, that patent never came to pass," it's because it was never about the product displayed on the patent. It was about the feature. It was about some detail within the patent that they needed to protect. And so by creating a patent that shows how that product or feature works, that's how they protect that information. They don't protect it by releasing the full product. They can make a combination of two products into one and just put the features within the product. And because that feature is within the product being used by Nintendo, it's protected. And so we have it here. The system has one button on the side here, which is weird. Let me go take a look at the other screen here to make sure that that button is not there. If I'm not seeing things with my own eyes, nope, the button is not there. It's just, and the button is still there. And so it's weird. It's very weird, you know? It's very weird that we have this little button right there. We have two circle buttons there. And so we see the differences now coming afloat. What this means for Nintendo is that they're very close to revealing the actual product. If you look at, again, for those of you familiar with my channel, you know that we cover patents here a lot, and you see the product absolutely come out after, right? When I say, hey, there is a new Switch edition coming, look at the patent. Well, it comes out right after, right? The latest one was the actual Zelda one. We covered it here before it came out. I actually thought that the patent was for Metroid 4 because we wanted Metroid, but it was actually turned out to be for an edition Switch of the Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. So it came to pass. Now, that's basically the information we have for you today. I wanted to bring this out for you because we're very close to Switch 2. It's really happening, and I'm glad that we found these patents here to kind of just have, real tangible information, no leaks, no rumors, just real tangible information that comes straight from Nintendo protecting their own stuff. All right, my friends, that's going to do it for this video. Never give up and journey on. Peace.